What kinds of impacts is East Timor seeing from climate change?
Well, the impact is great and is surprising. I can tell you, just last year we have all year, around year rainy season, and it brought a lot of damage to the country, to the agricultural fields, to erosion, coast erosion, to landslides, and a lot of problems. So, not just this, but even regarding to the sea level has risen too much if compared with 20 years ago. So the climate change is really have enormous damaging impact on the country.
And what do you hope to achieve here at the Climate Vulnerable Forum?
Well, Timor-Leste and the government support this initiative, and we would like to vulnerable countries taking advantage of this forum to come up with a unified voice and send a clear message to the COP17, and if it's possible in the next other events come up with a clear roadmap toward how to manage the climate change regionally and globally. And if it's possible, Asia can think to take the leadership in the process of moving, inspiring the process for the climate change.
There's been lots of talk here about moral leadership, the importance of moral leadership. How do you perceive the response of the developed world to climate change?
Indeed, the developed world is responding too slow, and that's why the developing world, the vulnerable countries, should come together with one voice, with common voice, to be able to push the developed world to start to look, to take up their responsibility, their historical responsibility towards especially the developing countries.
We've heard former President Figueres of Costa Rica say we are insulted by the lack of action. Do you think there's a sense that more vulnerable countries and poorer countries are just starting to take the initiative themselves and are starting to lead action now?
Of course, I think we are in a very, very great moment. And the former President of Costa Rica gave a very inspiring message to the whole world, especially to the vulnerable country, to come up with a clear message to the Durban conference. He even went beyond that and called for a Durban Occupy, a message that sounds like or parallel to the Wall Street occupation. So that's very inspiring, and it will definitely move the motivation of the whole world to start to look at the silent crisis of climate change.
Thank you very much for speaking to us.